Welcome to the Shikama Live Show with your host, Shikama. This video is entitled, Masculinity has Finally Won. I've actually wanted to do this video for quite some time, so I've been gathering little bits of information here and there, going over studies, going over research, going over data, going over surveys, going over polls. And so I think it's finally time that we really took a look at masculinity now. Masculinity now. Not what it should be, not what it used to be, but what it is right now and what has led up to everything that has led up to it right now. Now, this whole video is going to be sort of listed off, so if you like lists, this is the video for you. And stick around all the way to the end because the information at the end is invaluable too. The more the news media, entertainment media, schools all try to put forth the idea that there's something wrong with men, the more some men get convinced something is wrong with them. It turns out that there is only a tiny fraction of men that this actually affects. So only a tiny fraction of men are actually ultimately convinced that there is something wrong with being a man. All right? Just so you understand that. We now see a skyrocketing of the male masculine space. There are websites. This is all masculine, the masculine space. Websites, camping retreats, exclusive mountain resorts, so various levels of finances of what you can actually afford, skilled barbers with beard shaving, beard contests, masculine haircuts. Masculine fashion has exited from the haute couture to urban and mountain clothes and shoes, and finally masculine healthcare. So it's actually geared specifically towards men for male needs. A lot of male healthcare that's put out there is strictly for women, and in fact they do not talk to men, they don't talk about men, they don't even mention men, and they treat healthcare as if it was a commodity, and as such it is only available for women. That has now been reversed so that we have now masculine healthcare that is specifically designed for men, about men. With all of this culminating in men catching up to women in life longevity. That's great news. I had a theory of men don't age. I used it metaphorically to mean that men can have kids at 90 and might even look 50 years old or at the age of 80. When all of a sudden the 60, 70, and 80-year-old men started coming out with proof that they can look 40 and have the body of a 30-year-old. One of the such videos is proof, and one of the motivational speakers is a black man, full gray beard, salt and pepper hair, and of course he has a body of a 30-year-old because he works out every day. Clearly these 50-year-old men aren't bad looking. I'm sorry. The dating apps on the phone started coming out with proof that the best age for a man isn't 20, it's 50. The peak desirability for a man on these dating apps is when he's 50 on the dating app. Clearly these 50-year-old men aren't bad looking if they are the most desired, regardless of their wallet size. So you can't have a desirable wallet size and look like, yesterday's trash. You still have to look good. And so these 50-year-old men are looking good. So the two are going hand in hand because women are in fact visual with how a man looks, right? As men double down on masculinity, They are now studying every aspect of masculinity, including the foods that we eat that reduces, who cares? Sorry about that. Including the foods that we eat that reduces or increases testosterone, the medications we take, even to the point of how we stand, hold our arms, hold our hands, teeth, skin, nails, and hair. Did you know all of that actually affects the levels of your testosterone in the body? Even how you stand, how you sit, how you carry yourself actually increases or decreases testosterone. And this is all culminating from men actually studying this. As they try to promote that a woman wants a sensitive man, 50 studies come out to show you that they want masculine men. So it's always debunked every time they come out with it. Unfortunately, college-age men are swamped and surrounded by the promotion of the sensitive man, unless they're into sports where they are left to themselves. Science guys were finally coming around to not being socially awkward and embracing being masculine and smart, only to be invaded by the promotion of women to be in the sciences, which has not worked actually. But those science guys are now surrounded by the feminine and the promotion of the sensitive guy as what women want. Luckily, when these college guys leave the campus, they can encounter masculine men in everyday life or at the gym. Now, everyday Joes can be somewhat expert in male nutrition, hygiene, and grooming at the gym or as you walk about. More and more men are now becoming aware of the masculine and how to comport yourself and how to take care of yourself and so forth and so on. It's funny that the razor blade commercial from that company, I can't remember who it was, came out promoting the sensitive man message. It led to a skyrocketing of barbers and traditional shaving. No more disposable shaving. And if you want to get a kit yourself, they're inexpensive. I'll have a link in the information box. It is an affiliate link, so if you do buy through that link, I will get a cut. It doesn't affect your price at all, though. It does not affect your price whatsoever. The company actually gives it to me. Now, it's funny that the ultimate form that this masculinity, skyrocketing and masculinity has come to light is the final form of men going their own way. When men throw off the social norms of men living to tie their destiny with women, there's a freeing of the mind. He doesn't have to go see movies he doesn't want to see. He doesn't have to buy minivans he doesn't want to. He doesn't have to buy a house he can't afford. He doesn't have to dress a certain way that he doesn't wish to. He doesn't have to pretend to like people deep down he would never associate with. And he doesn't have to go to bed unhappy due to some argument over something that was insignificant, which you should never go to bed unhappy or disgruntled. It will affect your sleep, and it creates stress that's supposed to be relieved by sleep, but now you're going to bed stressed out, and it disrupts your... And if that continues on, of course, that stress then leads to all sorts of health issues. I can attest to that. The ultimate form of masculinity frees the man and finally leads to happiness. For the man to do exactly what he's always wanted to do. Do good works for his own relaxation and happiness, and to do for others because he wants to, and not because he has to. Finally, we now see that as time goes on, men are becoming more and more happy, as study after study is showing. Clearly, masculinity has won the day, and men are happy and finally enjoying themselves being men. I want to thank you all for listening and participating in this. Please participate by watching the whole video and maybe again, because I did have some little keys in there that you can say to people, hey, well, this is what's going on now. Also, thumbs up the video, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't, click the notification bell if you haven't. Give a man his due while I'm trying to have my business skyrocket here on YouTube. Thank y'all for watching.